everyone, it's me, and today I thought I would come on here and drink some tea. This is actually chai tea, so yeah, we're doing that. It takes me back to the Orient. I feel as though I'm right there. So I was on the bus yesterday, and you probably know where this story is going. There was this really hot guy, and he kind of was walking by me, and I was like, let me smell that cologne. He was just really hot, and he had the perfect amount of muscle. His sleeve was up and it was hugging, like that when it hugs slightly pushed up. He had a mustache, and guys, guess what? Mustaches are back and they are hotter than ever. Yes, that's right. Mustaches are back. I mustache you a question. I can tell you in about 5 minutes how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. So this guy, he was dressed busy, urban, cute, and did I mention he was wearing gray sweatpants? And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then just go on to Google and type in Gray Sweatpants meme, and you will connect those dots. And by the way, you're welcome. So this guy is just really hot, like the type of hot where you're like, ooh, I just need to scratch my shoulders really quick because yeah, my blood's boiling. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, when this guy gets up to get off the bus, I am gonna look at his crotch and see what's there. Da-da-da-da-do-do. Ha! So I'm waiting, and then finally this guy gets up to get off the bus, and I'm like, yeah, let's go for this. And then some big-ass motherfucker blocks my view, and let me just say I was so pissed off. I was like, thanks for ruining my sexy fantasies and my eye-oogling, stupid son of a Moving on. So when I was in the 6th grade, my school was right down the block from a public park. So when our school year was coming to a close, we had a field trip where we walked to the park and just, I don't know, it's a cheap thing. You don't have to pay anything to walk to the park, so that's what we did. And I guess we swang on swings and went down the slides and ran around and what have you. It's a park, so we're on this playground equipment, myself and a whole group of people, and we're coming down this slide, and some people are walking up the slide because that can be just as fun as coming on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right! Yeah! Oh my god! I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna play Plinko because that's the luck I'd like to have. So, back to my story. We're coming down the slide. I feel like I'm hyper today. Hyper manic. Manic and hyper. And I like that combination. It's lethal and it's sexy. And I like it. And I like me. So we're coming down the slide. And I kind of look like this as I'm getting off the slide. And I see a condom, and I'm horrified. I'm like, oh my god, we are grade school age children, and there is a effing condom on this playground right next to this slide where we're playing and having all this fun. So I'm like, guys, there's a condom. And, everyone looks around and it's like, ew, oh my god, a condom. And some kids are poking it with a stick and all that stuff. I'm like, get that thing away from me. Well, anywho, this kid comes up. His name is Jimmy Nichols, okay? And, he's he was like it's been many, many years. He was a weird kid, and he used to have these bananas in his lunchbox, and he would eat them like he was doing a BJ, but like real fast, like oh, and I was like, oh my god, like that's TMI. Do that in the bathroom or in the privacy of your own bedroom with the door closed and locked. So Jimmy Nichols was, I want to say naive, but that's not the word. He was sheltered, and he was a sheltered child, and he did not know what a condom was, because we're like, oh my god, a condom, and he doesn't know what that is, and he's like, a balloon, and I'm like, yeah, it's a sex balloon, and this kid's like, what's sex? And I said, something your parents must have only done once, because I saw them at that back to school function, and honey, they are ugly. Sorry to face shame there, but I just felt like what a disservice those parents have done, because Jimmy Nichols was in the 6th grade, so we were probably, what, 12? And his parents had never even told him about the birds and the bees, about safe sex, about any of that. And now that I'm sitting here, totally humiliating Jimmy Nichols and like sending all this humiliation through to like the universe, saying, ew, Jimmy Nichols, pick up this humiliation, somebody's talking about you. Now that I'm thinking about it, we watched this health film in the 6th grade that, it's like, wash your body, you get puberty, your voice cracks, all these changes, wet dreams, yeah, talk about that, and I've got something to say about that in a minute. But Jimmy Nichols' parents did not sign the thing so he could watch it, and I'm like, what are they gonna do? Not explain it to you themselves? Jimmy Nichols, I hope wherever you are right now, you have learned what a condom is. God, I hope, for your girlfriend's sake, if nothing else. But you probably don't know what sex is. But you do know how to do a BJ, I guess, so moving on. Jimmy Nichols, I love you! Not really, but why not? What the world needs now is love, sweet love! This video is filthy, but I know all of you have great senses of humor, so you're gonna love this one. So we're watching this health film in the 6th grade about our bodies and all these changes, and of course, like, they separate the boys from the girls, which is stupid, because like the boys should be learning like the girls, and the girls should be learning the boys as well, because otherwise you grow up and you're like ignorant of like the opposite sex, okay? And then you're like, well, I don't know anything, and then like you're a guy and you're like, well, okay, I'm gonna do what I've seen in porn, because porn is real, and if the woman in the porn likes that, then women in the real world would like that. And you're like, well, he's making a joke, I'm making a joke. It's kind of, but at the same time, it's true, and that's what boys do, okay? And that's one reason I have an issue with porn, as well as like trafficking and all of those other things. So porn is cool, people like it, but at the same time, I do have issues with it. So there you go. Anywho, we're watching this health film, and they're talking about like wet dreams, and then like the film's over, and this guy who I'd never seen in my life, but he looked like the type of guy who loved showing a film to a bunch of young grade school boys, if you catch my drift. and he loved being able to say boner in front of those kids and listening to boys say boner because that's what he was into. Little boy saying boner, and I'm real gay right now, so ignore that. Anywho, he's like, any questions? And some guy goes, I have a question about wet dreams. What color are they? And this guy goes, what do you mean, what color? And like it was kind of like this awkward thing where they went back and forth, and then like nothing ever came of it. But I'm like sitting right there and I'm like, I know what he's asking, and you're just too ignorant to know. What color? White. So this has been a really random video, and I'm drinking tea today, so my thumbnail that I spent all that time making is kind of incorrect, but I hope you will overlook that. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video if you liked it, share it if you want, and subscribe, please, and only comment if you feel like it. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you again soon.